Hey gang, guess where we are? We're at the Broome Malcolm Douglas Crocodile Park. Lachlan, Malcolm's son, he was very kind to let us into the crocodile park. So we're going to get the tour. Happy with that, very happy. It's plenty of crocs in here, obviously through the gate there. But I'm not going to go through anywhere near there or poke my fingers anywhere near there. Sarah's on the other side. Sorry, around the fence line, not on the other side. She's around the fence line. She's just chatting with one of the keepers there, I believe. But we'll get some insight then. All right, I'll pick you up as we go round. Hi. These two seem to be having a little bit of a to-do. What's going on here? Not very friendly, are you? I think there's about 40 or 50 crocs just in this one big pond. You can walk all the way around.
And the ranger came down, but also the
one moving up the back there.
Also the ranger as well.
They must have seen Sarah.
How funny.
It's like they're all lined up for school dinners. They obviously know that this is their feeding area. Yeah, they've got a viewing platform there and chairs and all sorts. So we'll be getting a show in a minute.
Water or estuarine crocodiles living in here, and with all these crocodiles living together, this is not something you're actually...
We missed it and they leave it.
And the reason for that is, I'll get to this.
We can't get it.
Crocodiles are highly territorial. And the mud's flying already.
See them
So you can see the tip that's happened here, there's a tip happening over here, it's going to happen again, you can see it, that body posture is aggressive. The one in the water doesn't want him there, he's going to tell him off if he keeps coming closer.
climbing over him.
So being territorial means they don't like each other, and they really don't like each other in the same. So these are our alligators, we'll go see some crocs after this as well. But there's just a couple of rules I've got to go through with you really quickly to make sure everyone's safe and sound. They're very self-explanatory but important. First of all, please make sure nothing of your persons are on your persons, including your fingers. Kids, goes through the wire or over the wire. It all has to stay on the outside for you, all right? So parents, don't hang those hands or those cameras, all those kids over. Cameras are phones, he doesn't care about his kids. Yeah. So don't hang them over the top either. If you want to take it home, and even if you don't, keep it on that side for me today. Secondly, when you come to the fence, and you're doing a wonderful job at the moment, give yourself a little bit of space, all right? So, especially the kids, they want to get right up close, and you can today. You can get a great selfie with a saltwater crocodile today, you know, send it home, freak out everyone that wasn't here. But if you're right on the fence and he comes to say hello, you are going to feel every single bit of it, all right? He can't eat you, that's why the fence is there, but you're going to feel like you've been hit by a car, folks. These are big, powerful animals. So that bit of space means if he hits that fence hard, the fence is going to wobble, but it's not going to hit you. You'll be safe as houses, all right? Maybe some brown underpants afterwards. You know, it's not unusual here, so don't be embarrassed, all right? But that'll keep you safe. So follow those two rules. You'll be safe as houses, like I said. We'll have some fun. And if you've got any questions as we're going around, just fire away. We'll have some fun together and tell you what you want to know and talk about these wonderful creatures.
Not your one.
So, like I said, we're going to start here with our American alligators. And unfortunately, there's no one on this side for you today. Sorry about that. You can, if you want to jump around the other side, do that quickly. They're not the kind of animals that are overly obedient, so I tell them to move over, they generally don't. But these guys here have the same reputation as our saltwater crocodiles, but having the two means we get to show you the difference, all right? So they're both big, bad, nasty, highly aggressive, highly dangerous animals, according to the Americans. Have a watch at this though. Our crocodile certainly lives up to that reputation. We'll see that as we go around. But look how aggressive the alligator is. You ready? Let's start with you. We know you're hungry. Here you go, buddy. That's it. Oh, here we go. Whoa!
Good boy. Like a dog.
Really lost my fingers there, huh? Try another one, all right? Come on, buddy. You've made the way up. Show us what you got. That's it. At any point today would be great. Well, man,
Lost it.
come over as well. Come on. Oh, and a bird too.
He lost it.
Oh, that's it. Over the top. Come on, I've been watching the footy too. You can do it. No? Oh.
No.
Highly aggressive.
Yeah.
Try again. Come on, up you come.
Still one.
Any point. Now, as you can see, these guys clearly aren't safe animals. You jump in here, folks, could be in a little bit of trouble. Obviously not from him. Where are you going there? There we got there eventually. But these guys really don't deserve that reputation of being highly aggressive and highly dangerous as a result. Again, still not a safe animal. You don't want to go swimming with these guys, but they just don't have the aggression of our saltwater crocodiles. Now, we haven't fed the crocodiles to see that yet, but we'll get there. But you can see someone mentioned puppy dogs over here.
Yeah.
You know what? We actually call these the puppy dogs. Ready?
Quite gentle.
Stay. Okay. You've got to open up. Come on. There you go.
It's like you want to pass him on
Gentle,
the
isn't he?
and say, good boy.
All he wants is the food in my hand. He doesn't want the hand, the elbow, the shoulder. He doesn't care about any of that. He just wants the chicken I have for him. So when I come in here, the alligator goes, "You beauty, we're going to get fed today," and that's good news. If they're hungry, have a look at this lot. On a sunbake still. So the crocodiles are highly aggressive because unlike the alligators, they like to hang out here, have a big sunbake together over there. Saltwater crocodiles are highly territorial. So when I walk into a crocodile pen, as you'll see, it's not, "Oh beauty, I'm going to get fed today." It's intruder alert. And so that's the reaction of a salty. I need to beat you up and kick you out. The alligator doesn't care about that, right? So I come over here, put my hand up, looks for the food. Done there today? No? Alright, then I won't bother. You do that to a crocodile, he doesn't care what you got for him. Alright, he'll take it. If it's over my side of the fence, I'll have it. So very different animals as a result. And like I said, we call these the puppy dogs. So much so that when I came in here last to do a bit of maintenance work, I took my shovel and the bit of pipe I was fixing, and that's it. And my colleague as well. When we came in here, there's about 15 or so alligators. 2 of them swam up to see what we were doing. So when we came down to the edge, we're up that end actually, when we came down to the edge to get a selfie with them, send them back to the wives, one of them swam away. That's how aggressive they are. Whereas the crocodile's a whole different world, all right? You can't step foot in a crocodile pen without being ready, because you know they don't want you there. So very different animals, much less aggressive, much more placid. And the alligators, although these guys, they're a decent size, they're not as big. So our crocs get much bigger and as a result are much stronger. So while you're very cool, yeah, we've got all the bragging rights here, folks. So you can tell your American friends that. When they start bragging about alligators, you can say, "Hey, they're cool, but they're puppies." You come to Australia, we'll show you what a croc looks like. Now we've got 2 species here, the salties and the freshies. Before we get to the big boys, we're going to go see some freshies first. 50 around the feed bay ready to go. And in the wet season we feed them every day. So very different animals over the time of the year, and bear that in mind as we go around today. Everything you're seeing, regardless of how exciting an freshwater crocodile that you see here, they are not a large species. So 3 metres is about as big as I'll ever get to. So not big, and added to that, which makes them different from their big bad salty cousins, I'll use you, well you're a bit closer. You see that lovely slender snout there, very skinny, especially on the little one over there. That tells us he's eating much smaller,
Ooh, we're aggro. Oh. He wants your camera.
Bit more too.
So I mentioned with the alligators,
Oh.
the difference is that temperament, isn't it? And you can see that already. Just standing by the fence, he's ready to have a crack and tell you off. Whereas the alligators, they hardly move, did they?
No.
Probably go into the pen with the alligators and they do the same thing. You go in the pen with these guys, they'll be even quicker than that. I'll tell you what, they won't be away from you. So these are saltwater crocodiles, folks, the restaurant crocodiles. This is aggro, and this is Mrs. Aggro. So someone did ask, is it male and female? In excess of 7 metres. Aggro here is almost 4.5, so he's not quite there yet. The females, they won't pass 3. So they're always going to be smaller once they reach that adulthood there. So you'll see that as you go around the park with the tour and by yourself. There's the one male and female together, and the size difference helps you determine who's who. Added to that, you'll also know who's to who. If one of the crocs runs away from the other, you'll know, well, the boy's the one that gets run away from. Because you've just got terrible attitudes, you lot, don't you? Now, what we're going to do with aggro is we're going to show you a cool little feature and skill these guys have, and that's the ability to jump. Now, we can do it on the turf, which is cool, but what's even better is if we see it
Oh dear.
in the water. So that's what we wanted. While he's out of the way, we're just going to feed you. Yeah, there you go. Good girl. That's how you make chicken disappear, hey folks. That was quick, wasn't it? So, crocs can jump. Your pool's a bit low today, isn't it, buddy? So you're going to have to get up there for us so we can see you. And the reason a croc can jump is if you'll have a look at her, where's the boy? Whoa, that's Jurassic Park, isn't it? Yeah, growl from the dragon. Here you go, you got it this time. And a boy.
Oh.
The reason they could jump, if you have a look at her, you can see that lovely tail behind her. So the tail's half their body length, and it's pretty much all muscle. That's what powers them through the water. It's also what powers them out of the water. So as we feed this guy here, well, it is a bit low, I apologise for that. We'll have to get on to put the water up so you can see him better. But you can see the head's going up. That's because he's getting the tail underneath him. And once he has it there and he's ready, he gives a good flick of the tail. There you go. And that's what sends him up and out of the water. Now that's actually not too bad. And again, because of the water level, he's jumping a little bit higher than he might look. But a crocodile can get 2/3 of his body up and out of the water, regardless of his size. So if the tail is half his body length, that means this guy here can, and I've done it a couple of times, generally in the wet season when he's got more energy, but got those back legs right up and out of the water. So one day, come on, almost. One day I actually fed him up around here, which was quite impressive. Does give you a bit of the heebie-jeebies, though, when you consider I can actually get up on here too. It really tries, but that's the fun of it, isn't it? All right, don't push off the edge, you cheat. Yeah, come on, use that big tail. Now this is a natural thing these guys do out in the wild. They have been known to take roosting birds and even flying foxes roosting in trees. But we see here as well, quite often when the birds, you'll notice some of the herons and that hanging around the edge of the pools. When they take off, they don't go straight up, they kind of go out and across. There you go. With the ones that do not tolerate anyone, let alone each other, because they are highly territorial. But the reason we can have so many salties here living together without killing each other is that these animals in here were all born at the park. So they're captive bred. They've been together their whole lives, so they don't know any different. When they hatch, we put them together, and so for them, they haven't been by themselves. They don't know what it is to own their own space. Don't worry about it. However, they still have that territorial nature in them. It's just been a little bit suppressed. So it means if we put another crocodile in here, they would kill it. Because for them, it is an intruder. That's what they do to intruders. But there are some boys that own a bit of space, excuse you. There's this boy down here at the front. Oh, look at that. There you go, boys. Look at that. So he's the side of that little spot there. That's his turf. Hello, I see you there. Come on. Over this way. You're getting ready to launch, aren't you? Come on, big launch. Almost. Good try. Look a bit goofy there, didn't you? So he's beside it, this one here. This part of the pool is his. So he's actually quite nice. He lets the girls, you can see these smaller ones coming out here, they're the females. He lets them come out through the area. There's another couple. But if the boys come into the area, and sometimes he's a bit, you know, I'll let you go, but other times he's like, nah, you shouldn't be here. He'll turn around and beat him up. There's a good example of that happening over there. You can see that big boy. There he is, he's popped out. He owns that dog. There aren't several girls that he allows in, but only a few. That one that just tried to get in knew that wasn't her turf. She wasn't allowed to go there. So he just reminded her by having a crack. There you go. And the boy stuck in. And now he's stuck out. He's got a big guy. Oh, yeah. So, and that, by the way, that's really said, this is the slowest and inactive as you'll ever see them. In the wet season, he goes bananas, and these guys do beat each other up from time to time. This big boy in here, there he is. Have a look at his face. See all that white marking? That's scarring. Scarring from fighting and beating up other crocodiles. And what they do in the male fight, they actually don't necessarily just bite each other so much. They'll take that entire head and they'll use it like a sledgehammer. And they'll whack each other with it. Now, it sounds like it's not that terrible, but if we use this fella here, not you, here, have a chicken. Yeah. Can you just stay still for a minute? Thank you. Have a listen. Yeah, I know. You've got some on your back, by the way. Have a listen to this. This is a crocodile's head, folks. Imagine that getting whacked in your legs. That'd do a bit of damage, wouldn't it? Forget about the jaw. So when they whack each other with those heads, they are like sledgehammers, like I said, and they can do some horrific damage. Smashing teeth out of each other's mouth is just part and parcel of it. What they're trying to do is actually break each other's jaw. Because when you do that, you are the official winner of that fight, and you therefore own the girls, the territory, the food, and everything else that goes with it. And if the guy you've just beaten up doesn't leave, then they keep beating him up until he can no longer leave or do anything. Again, like I said, these guys have an attitude that is, I do not like you, and I like you even less when you're in my space. So I'm going to give you an absolute biting. If they're fast enough, they grab it. If they weren't, he'd swivel around and tell them off. Hello, I see you, yep. Right. Stay there for me, no, I need that. Everyone worries about the big crocs here. It's actually the little ones you've got to worry about. They're faster, they're quicker, and they'll get up on the fence as if to say, I haven't eaten anything yet, hurry up. So, yeah, if someone went for that chicken, they could get it, but if they touched him, he wouldn't be happy with that, so turn around and tell them off.
They're all the same age.
They are, so we can say that because we've hatched them here. They are 33 this year. And with crocodiles, being a reptile, they actually never stop growing. It's actually in the water. So what we're going to try and do is show you how good they are at doing that. So I've got to encourage him in the water first. Hey buddy, you going to come and see us? Come on! So I'm just going to throw an intruder in here. Oh, look at the reaction already. Watch this. This is how you make a crocodile disappear. He's 4.5 metres, by the way. And now he's gone. Now, we've seen him, we know he's in here, we know he's in the pond. Can you see him in the water at the moment? No. How good is that? He's only, what, several metres away? But here's the best bit about these ambush hunters. Most ambush hunters will set up shop somewhere, near an animal trail or something, and they'll wait for the animals to come past. Crocodiles go one better. They find out where the animals are going to, and they get into that spot. Where the animal is, or the possible meal is, just giving himself away. Seen it? Now he knows where I am because he saw me, but these guys have pressure sensors on their jaw. So despite the fact that we can't see in the water, which means he can't see through the water, that doesn't matter. He doesn't need to see what's going on because he can feel everything that's going on. And even if he was under the water when we got here, he would still know that I'm here. Because our footsteps send vibrations to the ground and they can pick those up. So he knows somewhere in this area there's a meal. But those vibrations are very faint. So what he's waiting for you to do is touch the water. Because when you touch it, you change the water pressure. And the pressure sensors on his jaw pick up exactly where that's coming from. So he can react, get himself a meal if he's in the right area. So, I'll remind you, this is the cold time of the year when they're at their slowest. Let's see what happens when you touch the water. Now, if there wasn't a fence here and I did it with my hand, do you reckon there'd be much hope for me?
Negative.
No. There's the reality, folks. This is what these guys do. And as you can see, he's disappeared again. We know he's there. We just saw him and he's gone. I can tell you he's right here as well. I only know that because I know the nature of these animals. But I haven't. Once he goes under the water, I can't see him. No! And we've seen how big he is too. So he doesn't need to be a small crocodile to hide right next to you, and he doesn't need a lot of water either. Whilst these ponds are deep, this guy here, at his size that he was, he can hide in 50 centimetres deep of water. So that's water that's about up to my kneecap, right? Completely submerge himself so he's out of sight, out of mind.
Are you finished pruning yourself?
Oh, yeah, my hat's flattened my hair.
Oh, yeah, I suffer with that as well.
Yeah.
We have just finished a little tour of the Malcolm Douglas Crocodile Park. I feel very honoured to have been allowed by Lockie Douglas to come in here.
Through the back door.
Through the back door, should we call it? Yes, yeah, but no, it's all above board. But brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Can thoroughly recommend it. Come and have a look at all the crocodiles, the show, the
Information.
The guy that took us around on the tour was telling us all about the crocodiles, and he was brilliant, wasn't
The
he?
lady in the shop said he's one of the best tour guides.
I didn't catch his name.
Information. No, I can't remember his name
We
either.
didn't get his name, but really good, really good.
I know. I've come away knowing, like I said to Roy, oh my God, we are not collecting water from a river anymore that you can't bloody well see in. Scary. It's actually it was scary.
Yeah. But also some information there that as long as the water's shallower than sort of knee deep, sort of ankle deep, generally you're okay to go in there because they can't hide. And generally they'll only attack you when they're in their habitat in the water.
Yeah, they don't attack out of the water, do they, crocs?
No. So it's okay to sort of not go close to them, but get a couple of photographs and stuff like that. They probably wouldn't hurt you at all.
But the tour guide did say, if ever you're out, especially in the Kimberley area and that Northern Territory and everything, that if you're out walking and you come across any water, is to stay at least 2 to 3 metres away from the edge.
Yes, yeah.
If you can't see in it.
Not like me.
No.
Yeah. But anyway, we get wiser as we get older.
Yep.
So, I'm a bit more croc wise now. Oh.
Very yes, it was. It gave you a lot of information that we really needed to know. So,
not that we've seen a couple sitting on the side of the bank as we went over the Fitzroy River.
over a bridge.
Over the bridge, yes. We was on a tour bus touring, and there was a couple of crocodiles sitting on the river. The bus driver pointed out. So they're the only wild ones we've ever seen. We haven't seen any wild ones yet, have we?
No. But we know what to look out for now as well.
Yeah. A big thing that looks a bit leathery with pointy spikes on its back with lots of teeth. Don't go near it.
It's amazing how the one he did, who was on his own, who got to get into the water, the pond, because all the ponds, the waterways here, they've all got that green algae stuff on top, so you can't actually see the crocs. So the croc was actually out of the pond, and he got him to go in the pond, and the croc, you couldn't see him, so he swam right up to the edge where the tour guide was standing, obviously in a protected area, and he got a ball on a bit of rope, and he threw that in the water, and literally as it touched the water, the croc's mouth just came up and grabbed it.
But you
wouldn't have known he was there.
You would not have time to jump out of the way. No way.
So like he was saying, if I didn't have that ball, do you think he could have easily grabbed my wrist? Very easily.
Yeah. I think I got it on video, so I'll put that up anyway. But I'll tell you what, it's really interesting. Come and have a look. Yeah, you only need, 2 or 3 hours here? Maybe 2
I don't know,
2
what time
hours?
is it now? 2 hours.
Yeah, 2
2
hours.
hours is ample.
Yeah. They've got lots of bird life in what do you call aviaries?
Yeah.
Aviaries, there you go. Lots of bird life in different
Baby
aviaries to have a look
emus.
around. Yeah. And when you come in, there's there was this time, I can't guarantee that there will always be, but baby crocodiles you can hold on to as you come in. They've got saltwater crocodiles, alligators,
The
freshwater
alligators
crocodiles.
was interesting. They're
Yeah.
not as vicious,
Yeah,
apparently.
I
They're
think
not as vicious as
he said they're
crocodiles.
like puppy dogs, and
Yeah,
they are.
yeah.
They're, I wouldn't say like a puppy dog, but they're like a dog. You know,
Yeah.
when you say slowly,
Yeah.
you know, it genuinely takes the chicken out of his hand quite slowly. So it was that was interesting.
Yeah.
And what else have they? They've got other crocodiles and alligators and that from different places in the world. Some of them are quite rare, becoming extinct, aren't they? So I don't know if they're trying to breed them or what, but.
And we've also been given the information to identify a male or female.
There you go.
Lot difference in size, even their, you call them a nuzzle, is it? Their jaw and all that, is it? Really, really small, the females.
Yeah.
Where a male croc can grow up to 7 metres. He said, didn't he? Yes, the one, but he's the biggest one was 3.5, didn't he say? 4.5? And they can grow up to 7 metres, wasn't it? Or 8 metres?
Up to 10 metres.
Well, yeah. If they live long enough.
If they live long enough, yes.
But on average, that's
generally, yeah,
around
about
7 to 8 metres.
Yeah.
Oh.
But anyway, we're heading off now back to the caravan, and
because it's very hot and humid. I don't like it.
it was quite humid in there, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But then there's lots of ponds of water in there everywhere, so we drive away.
Stinky.
Oh,
yes. God, they stank.
You can smell them.
Oh, that's because there's a big pond, and they had, what did they say, 70 crocs in there?
I think they said there was in that big pond, yeah.
But all up, what did you say, 250 to 300?
I overheard 250 to 300 crocodiles, including the baby ones that they've got at any one time.
And they still haven't finished transferring them over from the old crocodile farm yet. They've still got 10 in there.
Yeah. Anyway, we're heading out now, so we'll catch you on the next one.
Bye.
Bye.
Crocodile swimming in